fan, your favorite easy chair, and of course, this compact disc playing on your home stereo. So go on and indulge yourself. That's right. Kick off your shoes, put your feet up, lean back and just enjoy the melodies. After all, music soothes even the savage beast.
Hey everybody. Yeah, we're live now, so yeah.
What was that intro thing?
Huh?
What was that? I was listening to the thing.
Yeah, it's the opening track to Smash by The Offspring. Yeah. Because today we're not going with Monster Cat. Today we're listening to what I want to listen to, and licensing issues be damned.
Well, you could have told me before you went live. That way I could have actually put the update. I mean, the announcement.
Well, you know, people on YouTube will get it. Or will they?
Oh,
I don't know.
good old YouTube.
I'm sure if it'll... we may get blocked.
Yeah, we may...
a certain amount of time before it actually goes under copyright issues.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Well, here's the thing. They can always watch this on your Twitch channel.
For 14 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, for 14 days.
60 days because I'm a Twitch Prime subscriber thingy user.
Pay to win.
I don't know. We may end up having to. What we may end up having to do is, if we need it to be on YouTube, just delete the audio track and just have it be a silent video.
I don't think I mean, we in my stream, I was streaming my music, and I didn't have an issue with it.
I think it's the whole, yeah, I think it's the whole monetization thing, but even that's lame. I don't care. So, yeah, no. So today we're doing retopology. Fucking yay!
Oh man, the fun one.
Yeah, the fun thing.
The thing.
The fun thing.
Did we tell Sheik?
Did we tell Sheik?
Nope.
I don't know.
He's too busy playing Smite.
He is too busy playing Smite. Thankfully, we have Oswell here to do announcements for us. So.
What? Okay, yeah. I get a break today? Awesome, good luck.
No, not that. Oh, no, you're doing the...
Not those types.
Not those kind of announcements.
No, Mega, where do you think you're going?
Yeah, God, what the hell, man?
Rock with Afro is here, and he is slightly drunk.
Nice,
fine.
nice.
Oh,
slightly drunk is okay. Please do not drink and drive.
Oh, Gladier. There you go.
Yep, no,
It's not like I
promise-
can't do your job, Mego. I can do it. You know I can.
no drunken and
Okay.
driving.
Non-violently.
So, yeah, no, today is retop day, and then hopefully by Thursday it'll be texturing and putting in the engine day, and we can all have fun.
Welcome to
Oh man. Okay.
Rock with Afro
Maybe I'm having
thinks he
some
can
help.
do
Give
math.
me a little trouble here.
I'm glad you think you can do math.
You know, when you're drunk, sometimes you do a little bit more than you want to.
Yep.
Sounds like a Mountain Dew commercial.
What did Robin Williams say? One of the ways that you know that you have a drinking problem, when you wake up in the morning and go, "Hey, somebody shit in my pants."
I can't remember which comedian it was, and I'm pretty sure it was like Jimmy Carr or someone like that. But they were talking about new build houses and how you can never trust them because of, like, you know, stuff going wrong in them all the time and everything. And he was like, yeah, so, you know, I was at my friend's house and everything with my wife, and it's a new build, and they're sat there, and, you know, we've all had some wine, all this kind of stuff, and I'm very, very drunk, and, you know, I basically just forget where the toilet is and end up pissing all over the sofa. And then like the next morning, when they ask what happened because the sofa's all wet and everything, he's just like, bloody new builds leaking all over the place.
I mean, you can go if you like, Gladier, but I would prefer for you to not leave. I am not going to keep you here if you don't want to be here.
I know Gladier's the person who actually works with us, isn't he?
No, what? No.
You remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, definitely works with us.
Yo, Osville, what's the IPA of the week?
IPA of the week has got to be Daisy Cutter. Yeah. Daisy Cutter by Half Acre. It's a great beer. Tastes lovely.
It's great beer.
It's a great beer, dude.
It's a great beer, man.
What's IPA?
It's the alcohol, I'm assuming.
Indian
International
Pale Ale. I thought it was Indian Pale Ale.
I thought it was international. I could be wrong.
Pretty sure it's Indian. The reason it's Indian is because they would actually
Yep, you're right. You're right.
make them ridiculously strong because they were shipping them over from India over the United States.
You're right.
That way, by the time they get here, they're pretty nice. You know what I'm saying?
So there's justification for calling it international, but it's called Indian because that's the way they wanted it. Damn it.
It's just a cover up.
I mean, you're still right either way.
I always thought it was international, but I'm smart. Look at that light red texturing.
That's not texture. It's just
No,
it's just a highlighted polygon. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
And that just means that that polygon is selected.
I'm calling it texturing.
God, Booth. It's like me coming into your music lab and being all like, "Look at those squiggly endy thingies," and you'll be all like, "Sir, those are quavers."
Don't you know what a transient is?
Of course.
A what?
Yeah, I've got some transient friends.
That was excellent.
Appreciate that. Oh.
I smell a conspiracy. Advanced music to. Oh, advanced music to. Yeah, that's a quaver, sir. I think we've had this discussion before about like Mozart and Beethoven and stuff, and the whole like, you know, so someone once asked Mozart, you know, where's a good place to start with writing symphonies, and Mozart replied, "Well, a symphony is a complex arrangement." Requiring an extensive knowledge of musical theory. You might want to start with something a bit smaller. And the guy was like, "Yeah, but you started writing symphonies when you were 4." And Mozart was like, "Yeah, but I didn't have to ask anyone how to do it." It's like, fucking wrecked.
Yeah.
And like, there are obviously like musicians today that are incredibly good and everything, but like I don't know, part of me would love to be able to go back in time and just watch someone like Mozart, Brahms, Beethoven, Vivaldi, you know, just watch them work, man. Just
Yeah, dude, you and every other old bag that loves music.
Wow! Wow!
oh man,
Could you not run with that burning knife?
fuck me, Osville. I thought we were bros, man.
It's really true. I mean, John Williams stated it himself. You know, people talked about, you know, you don't think that your music for Star Wars is excellent. He goes, no, not really. Why? When you work in the same industry and stand on the shoulders of Brahms and Beethoven and Bach, it's humbling. It's very humbling. I was just having this conversation with Bassius Denson, one of the other sound guys, last night. And we were talking about how Debussy wrote his first book of preludes for the end of December 1909 and finished like the first or second week of February 1910. And we're just like, how? I mean, it's insanity how those individuals' minds work. I don't think we know how their minds work. It's just, yeah, wow.
Oh man. Let's see. Okay, you need to. Does any master resemble Faye from Paragon in any way?
I think Freya is kind of close in her own way, although it's not like a.
She's not a floating fairy.
Yeah, she's not a floating fairy, but she's very much like a woodland tree lady kind of thing. Woodland tree lady spirit thing. You want to ask Artist Woman about that one, because it's basically Freya is very much inspired by Scandinavian folklore, or a creature from Scandinavian folklore.
Percival's here with the irresponsible donations again.
Thanks, Percival.
Says I'm actually.
And we've got Scab in here as well.
Who?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, Scab.
Hi.
Is in. And according to the picture that he just sent me, he is almost entirely nude.
Oh man, wow.
I can
We're kidding.
I can dig that.
I can get behind that.
For a change. Keep getting bitten by freaking like blood-sucking flies.
Man, I was out in the garden earlier with the chainsaw, just hacking shit down in a corner of the garden. like basically the bush was so overgrown, and it was the type of thing that like hedge trimmers and shit, like none of that was gonna work, so I just took a chainsaw to it.
I have to ask, were you really outside doing that, or were you just getting ready to get to the shower?
No, I was.
I'm glad you laughed at that. Thank you.
You're here all week because I want more.
I found it. Okay.
So is this really the crappy part of doing this?
It's not the crappy part. Like, honestly, I actually enjoy all parts of modeling, but this is probably the most frustrating part.
Okay.
It's like I've done the fun bit where I get to like do the whole like express myself as an artist and all that kind of stuff, and now I have to do this bit of kind of like drudgery, which is like a necessary evil for the next step, which is going back to expressing yourself as an artist, where you get to do texturing and all that kind of stuff.
The bit that a lot of artists hate is definitely unwrapping.
Unwrapping, yeah, like so for environment art, unwrapping is a real bitch, because you tend to find like your UVs have to be like super tight and like not much room for error, and even if they're like really tightly packed, they might not work for like the texture sets that you're using or anything like that. So like there's a whole bunch of stuff that can go wrong with it. With character and creature art, there's a little bit more freedom. You still have to be careful, but there's a little bit more freedom. Man, I was talking about this with Joe earlier, because Joe's like, yeah, so I'm writing up this document, and like if people don't stick to it, like you're gonna have problems later on. And I'm like, I know, man, I know. And he's like, the problem is though, like most artists, especially artists that are doing this like for essentially for fun, not for like their job or whatever, they just want to make art, right? They don't want to have to follow guidelines and all this kind of stuff. But like Joe and I are both in agreement that, you know, if we want this to be a successful game, you know, we have to do those kind of things.
Right.
You know, which makes me, you know, like I really do need to take a couple of evenings and hammer out the character art guidelines at some point, because I've been slacking on that.
Oh, that's actually you're gonna want to talk to Golden, because he's finalizing that. So if you want some more guideline stuff putting in there.
Yeah, I know. He wrote it, and I was like, yeah, I'll read that later, and then I was like,
You never did.
I'm just gonna do other things. And I feel really bad as well, because he's put a lot of effort into that.
There we go.
It's alright in fairness. It's not bad.
Do you do a good job, Rich?
Yeah, I reckon it's okay. But then I'm not an artist, so I don't really have the same level of expectation from it.
You're an artist in your own right. That's for freaking sure.
Do you know what? Like after learning how to program a bit, I kind of like I kind of feel like programming really is its own art form. Like, you create things from nothing, from numbers, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say from ones and zeros, basically.
Yep.
Where is Joe this evening?
So many ones and zeros. I think I saw a 2. Shh, there's no such thing as 2.
We don't have quantum yet.
Yeah, I saw 10 of them.
Glidier says, dang it, I can't do a UE4 support joke now that I've already been in chat. Need to join later next time. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's alright, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. We'll forget you were even here. I didn't even know you were here. So...
Almighty Gur, your music choice is bringing back memories of Basement Sofas, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, Slim Jims, and Kool-Aid. The simpler days, man. Does this jungle entity eat Slim Jims? I'd be down for an optional yellow cowboy hat, rave shades, armband with tassels, and the works.
Oh yeah!
I've got to be honest. With you. We don't have Slim Jims in the UK, so that wasn't particularly part of my childhood. However, well, the thing is, like, I was absolutely part of the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater fan club, and you know, like, yeah. So I'm totally down with that. You know, if that was your childhood, I'll support that.
It would be awesome to have a skin for Macho Prime Jungle Savage.
Man, Randy Savage was probably one of my favorite wrestlers growing up. So yeah, if we can do a Macho Man tribute, I'm down with that.
The mod for was it Skyrim?
Ooh yeah!
Yes.
We have one of the frogs in the pit with a T-shirt on that says Elizabeth.
And he's gonna have like arm tassels and massive shades.
Oh yes. And a fluorescent cowboy hat.
Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm totally down for having like lots of cultural references and stuff in the game, as long as they don't impact like gameplay and stuff. It's all good.
Let's see. No, you missed out on Slim Jims.
I don't know that I missed out on them, because like it wasn't just me. Like, the entire country didn't have them.
They were literally just tubes of meat.
Yeah, you guys,
just tubes of meat.
For those in the state, realize that probably close to 60% of the crap that we eat casually is illegal to even call food in the UK and Europe. So
yes, it is. There are a couple of,
which is bizarre.
There are a couple of fun ones that are like illegal in the US as well, like Kinder eggs. You guys aren't allowed Kinder eggs because they contain toys, and I mean it's a very like
form of gambling kind of thing.
No, it's not a form of gambling. It's no, the law is basically that you're not allowed to have toys hidden inside of food, because people can choke on them. Well, no, it's literally the populace is so dumb that they will try and eat the food whole and like choke on the toy, right?
I'm telling you, I've mentioned it before on this stream. There's a comedian called Chris Porter, and he goes through this whole bit about, you know, let's start taking some labels off of shit, because if you don't know gas is flammable, odds are you don't know how to read anyway. And he goes on this whole bit about that, and it's just fantastic.
Having said that, someone blew themselves up, didn't they, from cram? What they were doing? They were doing something with gasoline in their kitchen, and they set fire to the fumes and blew up the whole house.
I have very little sympathy for people like that. I did see, like, so Boof and I had this discussion earlier on about like responsible parenting and child raising and stuff, because I saw a video earlier on of basically some asshole kid who was keying up people's cars, and then some adult was like, "Look, you got to stop doing that." And the kid jumps off at this adult and like starts punching him in the head and stuff, until eventually like the adult grabs him by the throat and like pushes him around the corner of this building. And I'm just sat there watching this whole thing, like, if a kid that old, because he's like 11, 12 years old, if a kid that old is like punching me in the head non-stop after I've told him to stop and I've given him the death glare and everything, like being thrown around the corner of a building is the least of that kid's worries.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get like one warning. You hit me, you hit me like an adult, I'm gonna hit you back like one.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I think things are very different in the UK to they are in America in that regards as well. Because like in America, while I think generally speaking, after like looking at the comments on the video and stuff like that, the general sentiment is one of like, yeah, the kid had it coming. But there's a difference between the social sentiment and the kind of like the way that the law's going to look on it, right? But in the UK, like social parenting is very much a thing, and like if a kid's being an asshole and someone else like steps in, it's very much like an okay thing to do.
Oh, people freak out about that stuff in the States now, which is weird because when I was growing up, if you were away from home and misbehaving, you got your ass beat wherever you were at. You know, that's just kind of how it went.
Yeah, here it never happens. It's normally down to the parents.
Oh man, you guys ought to listen to Stephen Lynch's tune called "Fishing Hole."
Well, that's the thing. Like when I was growing up, like my parents were like, and they were right as well. Like, because I grew up in a really small place, and my parents were like, you need to understand that like wherever you are in this town, you know, you're probably like a street away from someone that we know or that knows us or whatever. So like anything that you do that pisses people off is gonna get back to us. We're gonna know about it.
Yep. Oh yeah. I grew up in a town which is a fairly decent size. I mean, my school was 2,000 kids, but all our parents owned or worked in various businesses around town. We couldn't get away with shit. We used to go up the woods and just like do our hoodoo up there.
Just go into the woods, no big deal. Don't mind me, Mom.
Well, yeah, no, but again,
surrounded by woodlands.
Again, that's very different from America, because like in America, the woods have bears and shit. In England, in England, like we have maybe bobcats.
Maybe bobcats.
Maybe bobcats.
The occasional wild squirrel.
Yeah.
Well, that's some shit that we would do in high school. We would just ditch high school and go to the woods and smoke. It was such a weird time.
Can't do that nowadays, you know. Like,
it was so funny, just the way you said that. In America, you guys have bears and shit in the woods.
We just have bobcats. No big deal. Maybe.
Well, like I remember the very first time I went to California. I went to Boulder Creek, which is like halfway, I think, between San Francisco and San Jose. It's like up in the mountains, surrounded by woodland and everything. And the guy that I was staying with, he literally just turned around to me and he was like, "Yeah, like people up here, they don't really own dogs, or if they do, they keep them indoors. And like you shouldn't go out walking alone like out here at night." And I'm like, "Why not?" And he was just like, "Yeah, we got fucking mountain lions. They'll kill you." I'm like, okay.
I understood. No,
my old man goes up and fishes in Alaska every year, and it's a great place apparently for backpacking and everything. And everybody that walks up there with a backpack has some massive firearm with them.
Yeah.
Like, well, what are you doing with that? Do you have any idea what lives out there? Apparently, they have 2,000-pound bears and crap like that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're pretty spoiled over here, really. I mean, we don't have anything that eats you or attacks you. There's nothing really that can do any real harm. In the same respect that we don't have any bad weather either, or major disaster areas. You can wander around here, and the chances of you getting hurt in Britain by any sort of natural cause is almost not going to happen. It's got to be another person.
Yeah, like outside of allergic reactions, like I think that the most dangerous kind of animals that we have are like we have adders, which are like a very, very weak form of viper. We have false widows, which are loosely related to black widows, but again, like their bites, it's
watered down.
Yeah, extremely.
Basically, yeah.
Basically, like, unless you're like fucking 90 years old or a newborn, you really don't have to worry about them. Like, it will hurt a lot, but that's it. Like, you won't die.
See what happens is everybody in the UK did the smart thing that back hundreds of years ago, they rounded up all that really
to Australia
and sent it to Australia. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Get it down there. Hey, is that a fly? Get in the house. It's just a fly. Fuck you.
Silence yourself, peasant.
Ain't no fly ever looked at me like that before.
No.
Ain't no fly ever look like that.
Out here we have horse flies, and they'll mess you up. They're like big flies that will attack you.
Yeah, man.
Basically
Like my eldest kid, he went to Texas last year. He got to go on a college trip to go to NASA in Houston. And I said to him, I was like, just watch out for tarantula hawks. He was like, what's a tarantula hawk? So I showed him a photo, and he was like, oh fuck no. it's like a wasp the size of your hand, and like if it stings you, like there's nothing you can do. You go down for 15 minutes. You know, like
I know.
you just have to be a man about it. Just fucking.
You'll be prepared for any kind of pain for the rest of your life after it. Just put it that way.
Oh,
I had a buddy.
Hornets. Hornets can do a lot of bit of damage.
I got a buddy who, as I'm just going to mention, we were out in the golf course in the mountains in Northern California, and had a buddy get hit in the back of the leg by a bald-faced hornet, and you literally heard the damn thing hit him in the back of the leg. And that was terrible.
That sounds brutal.
It was epically awesome.
Love it. Sounds brutal. Yeah, he was in so much pain. It was fucking cool, man.
Oh, it's one of my best friends in the world, man. You know full well you crack up when your friends get hurt. This friend, as a matter of fact, died laughing at me when we were sophomores in high school, and ended up dropping a 10-pound bottle of barbecue sauce on my little toe and broke it. It was literally 90 degrees facing out the opposite direction, and he thought it was the funniest thing that ever happened in his life. So yeah. That's how you know you're a good friend, when somebody gets seriously injured and you just die laughing.
Yep. So how's it going on in the stream, everybody? How we all doing in stream chat? Did we bore you to death yet?
Retopology brings 34 viewers. Can you link something to increase this number? I mean, guys, it's Retopo.
Like, I have to do it, you know, like... And the thing is... Yeah. Well, the thing is, as well, is, like, if I don't do this, and I go start something else because this is boring, I do.
You'll never get back to it.
I'll never get back to this model. Because I'll literally just, like, every time I open the file, I'll be like, oh, I've still got to do that shit? Ah, fuck this.
Close it.
Well, if you let Omega read chat, you would know.
What?
Somebody's replied to, like, oh, how are you doing in chat?
We're just rambling. This is kind of how it goes in serious artwork environments, though. I mean, it's so funny. Everybody usually oh, you guys who do this for a living, what kind of things do you guys talk about in there? About everything except
bullshit.
What you're doing.
Yeah.
I think the same goes for every job, or at least in the tech field, at least.
I mean, like, I've worked in a few different roles. I've worked in retail and everything, but like nowhere has the same kind of work atmosphere as game dev. Like nowhere.
Do you miss working in game dev?
Do I miss working in game dev? I still work in game dev.
Well, I mean, yeah, but not like directly. Like I know, because you have worked in studios.
Yeah.
Right?
I've worked in studios. Do you know what? Like, yeah, like one thing that I've gotten over the years, like working from home, is caveman syndrome, where I basically just like feel like I'm just sat in my cave working day in day out.
There's also the other side of it where you just feel like you don't actually want to leave either. You're like, oh yeah, but I don't actually want to do anything either.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's it as well. Like, you know, sometimes the kids will be like, "Oh, can we go out and do this?" I'm like, "Do you know what? I really can't be bothered." but the thing is yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, you become antisocial. Like, it kind of sucks.
Antisocial. I just got worse.
yeah.
It's part of the. I mean, in all reality, it is kind of a sacrifice, especially if you have serious relationships, if you have kids. When you're working in any kind of artistic field, whether you're in game dev, if you're in music, or anything that falls underneath that massive umbrella of creation, there's a lot of very, very, very long hours of doing the same thing, sitting in the same place, and sometimes you won't see your spouse or your kids almost for a day. I mean, that stuff happens.
Like, my computer is in the living room, and like they'll be like watching TV, playing games, talking, everything like behind me, and I'll have my headphones on, just like plugging away, doing my job.
Oh.
And like sometimes they'll talk to me, and I won't even realize that they're talking to me until like someone literally comes up and taps me on the shoulder. Because you kind of
watching TV with the wife, and that still happens. I just do it until she taps me.
Yeah, it's like you just kind of you get into this little fucking work world, where the only thing that you're really focused on is the work, and it does kind of suck sometimes. Don't get me wrong, like I truly believe that like some of the most productive things that I've ever done have been from working from home. Like, I don't believe that working in an office with other people in and of itself will make you any more productive. You will learn things quicker that way, definitely, especially in an art or creative field, because if you're watching other people create things, you can directly, like, you don't even have to ask what they're doing sometimes. You can just watch and
just feed off of each other.
Yeah, you can just feed off of each other. And that's something that you won't get from home. But like I said, like being like in an office is not inherently more productive, in my opinion. And I wish a lot of more employers would kind of embrace that and just say, do you know what, like a couple of days a week, whatever, if you want to work from home, do it.
I think a lot of it's down to paranoia. People are concerned that people take the mick or don't do anything at all. And in not every role can you see something, but it all comes down to good management. I mean, you can tell if someone's not actually doing their job.
Yeah,
certainly.
And if you can't, then you have to really ask the question of why you're employing this person in the first place.
Yeah. One of my favorite things, though, of like college was those type of environments of seeing everybody's work and what they're doing, and bouncing off ideas from each other and giving each other the inspiration, or even collaboration in and of itself. It's a really cool environment when you have things like that.
Work has changed slightly in that respect as well, though, because we've got such good video conferencing suites now, and I work from home most days. I've got 5 screens in front of me. I have often my colleagues on one screen fully, and we're sitting there chatting like we're in the office because we're working on the same project item together. And you don't notice the difference. He's actually up in Liverpool, I'm down in south of the country. So, yeah. We haven't got the same limitations where, if you were working from home 10 years ago, you wouldn't be able to do that. You'd be limited to the phone.
Yeah, but what if you want to touch your coworker? You can't do that over the phone.
Well, working from home, less sexual harassment lawsuits. There you go.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. This is until one of your
breaking and entering.
No. It's like one of your co-workers receives one of those like remote vibrator thingies. It's like, yeah. Now I can access you from anywhere.
Oh.
What?
Don't think you're supposed to sit in the office with an Omi Bob.
Bob, you're on audio. Why are you here modeling? Go ahead, Bob.
All right, Scav, I've got a question for you.
Alright, go on.
Who do I need to contact in lore so that we can start working a bit more on lines? We have a whole bunch of amazing VO talent that we need to.
In law, I will.
Talk to Dean.
Really, isn't it?
No, Gamic's mechanics.
It's kind of mechanical.
Oh,
right
sorry,
now.
law. Who is doing law? Yeah, he kind of handed over to them as a whole team, didn't he? So Demonic might be better onto them.
Demonic
Okay.
or Dean for sure.
All
I'm
right.
not even in law anymore. I
Dean's
used to be.
doing.
What do you even
Who
do
is
now
in law
besides
now?
posting Pepe fucking gifts?
Mechanic. I just tell people, why would you do that over this? And somehow it works. So,
Fair enough.
that's what I do.
Literally all I see from you is Pepe gifts.
Yeah, so
No,
Dean's been doing VFX the whole time as well, so I'm not sure who's on law at the moment. You have to find out.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sorry.
Now, is this a
Not the best.
symmetrical retopology, or do you have to do it literally each limb at a time?
I'm literally retoppering one half of the body and then I'll retopper the other half, and then
Okay.
and then I'll mirror it over. Sorry, because yeah, fuck doing it all one at a time. Bullshit. That's some bullshit.
Can we replace Twitch name has joined the fray with Omega just mmming the new follower?
What?
I guess they like Travis. No, because Travis was moaning like a fucking goon
Oh
earlier.
yeah.
What? What?
He was
Travis
just
made
like,
it so lewd.
someone has joined the fray.
Oh my lord.
He was doing his very best to be sexy and sultry, and it is very clear that he is so a virgin.
Aw, that's mean. That's
It's
mean.
so not
Wow.
nice.
Wow.
Isn't he married?
So mean.
Yeah, well, he has a girlfriend.
Well, like, oh, it's a girlfriend, not married. Okay, I was gonna say because like marriage is kind of like predicated on the fact that you're not a virgin anymore, right? Like, like it kind of seal. No, doesn't it seal the deal legally or whatever?
Not
Like,
necessarily. Well, I mean,
You're
no.
legally obliged to have
I
sex.
think you're.
well, no,
We
like
shall
you
consummate
no,
this
well,
union.
yeah, well, that's it. You had to consummate it, right? Like,
Hey, Anto Costo.
Who was it? Was it Jeff Foxworthy who said, people say, no, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? You don't get married to get sex. Get married to get sex is like buying a 747 to get free peanuts.
very true.
Dude, Jeff Foxworthy is like such an American name.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Such an American
Absolutely.
household name.
Foxworthy. What is worthy of a fox? Apparently Jeff is.
Well, this is a mess of bullshit.
Look at
Delete.
those fingernails.
Fucking delete that whole mess of bullshit.
Anto Costo's the one that did the Grux and Prime meme on Reddit.
Nice. I loved it. It was awesome. You win, sir. You win.
You win a high five.
I must have missed it. I feel like I missed out.
Hey, Marco.
Hello.
Wait, which of the voices is Osville? The one that sounds like he's vaping.
Fucking hell.
Thanks, man.
Forever vaping. It's like that bird meme, always be beeping.
I didn't go. I could have gone. I could have been like the one that sounds like he's drunk and vaping right now.
Always
Oh,
be
do I
vaping.
sound drunk right now?
No, you're good.
No,
you're good. You're good,
bro.
sweetie.
Because I am having one.
I hope you're not drunk. Getting drunk off of wine is one of the worst decisions a human being can make.
No, it's actually one of my favorite because I don't get a hangover.
Oh,
And I
geez.
fall asleep. I fall asleep like a baby after. It's great.
That's called a coma.
Man,
That's
drinking
great.
drinking wine gets me seriously fucked up. Like if I have white wine, I will have migraines for days, and it's horrible. If I have
That's how most people
Remember,
yeah.
from me.
if I have red wine, I get really drunk really fast. like I can drink scotch like all night and literally just be tipsy. Same with rum. Like I can drink rum and just be like in a happy state of merry all night. Wine is like two glasses of good red wine, and I'm just fucked. I'm like like Osville. I'll just go and sit on a sofa, fall the fuck asleep.
Yeah, dude, red wine's great.
Game over.
Yeah, literally.
Hashtag Osville's vapes. Just after this, Osville has a separate business endeavor.
A master is going to need to have an ability now called the Oz wine.
After this, Osville's going to have a separate business endeavor where he makes vapes and alcohol.
You know what? I live in Chicago where that's actually possible, having the same business.
Feel like I need to make a vape master.
Can someone ask Osville how the karaoke stream setup is going?
Holy shit, were you in that stream? Fuck.
I thought he was asking me about it. I was like, did I say I was gonna do a karaoke stream?
No, man, I was like, no, I'm not gonna talk about it on the stream.
No, you got to.
It's alright, we're right immature, it's fine.
I just got really plastered one night and started singing and playing games at the same time. And Marco was there, Keypack was there. Who else was there?
Gotta be honest, it sounds like a fun time.
Right?
Dude, it was great.
Why didn't you invite us, man?
I looked back on the VOD and I was just like, oh my god, no!
Did somebody clip it?
I think Marco clipped it. That was the night that the map got leaked.
Wait, what?
Reasons why we're not allowed to let Osville get drunk and stream.
And I thought Golden was bad.
Map being out there is not so much of an issue. Not anymore.
Oh, Scav, speaking of the map. So, I have an additional map file. And I'm using the levels function for it in the Unreal Engine.
Well, like open up.
Yeah. So essentially I want it so when we have our dev build to be able to choose which map you're gonna jump into, just for testing purposes. You think you guys can do that? Alright, cool.
Yeah, sourcing that.
And I don't think it should take that. I think it's literally like one line of code, but
yeah, we've just got, well, not exactly, because we've got the draft lobby and everything else working. We're going to make sure we add the list of maps to an array, and then make sure that it calls that array list when we, depending on where, when you selected it from the join menu as well. It's not a big job.
Can you do me a favor at some point as well, Osville, and just ping me in on this conversation about the thing we talked about before the stream, because I want to weigh my opinion and just be like, mechanics guys, fucking
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, just fucking get on with it.
Is this a debate about map size?
so much of a debate.
Something of that, yes.
I wouldn't say it's so much of a debate. It's just whether a mechanic will fit or not because of said map size.
I can't see why it'd be a problem, personally.
Yeah, but there is some reasons why other options would be a lot better than what it is.
I think the mechanics guys just need to realize that at this stage of development, we very much need to be able to just go, okay, well that feature's not going to work, it's dead, let's move on to something else.
Oh, we'll try it. Anyway, at the end of the day, you test things and redo it.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, you make a tweak to the map, it could not work when you go and play test, and we'll end up changing it anyway.
Yep.
It's all hypothetical
get it right
now.
first time.
Yeah, that's what I told him. Like, okay, we can leave it as is, right? And then whenever, if that mechanic doesn't work, then I have this one on the back burner in case you guys need it.
Can the song in the March sorry.
Sorry, no, go on.
Can the song in the March SOTG be the song in the main menu?
Let me see here. Can the song in the March SOG be the song? You want that one in the main menu?
Isn't that basically our theme music?
It's trailer music. It's trailer music as of this moment.
What, like how Paragon had M83 outro? Sort of like that.
Oh, you mean like for the release trailers and things like that?
Paragon had
just-
two different ones, didn't they? They had like the standard music when they've done an announcement trailer, and then they had like the proper announcement for Paragon.
Right.
Paragon's own theme on it. Yeah, we'll work out what that is.
Paragon actually had a few different kinds of music. I think there was 4 choices you could choose in game.
Wait, you can actually choose them.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, no,
I didn't know
listen
that.
to me. Easy enough, ain't it?
Yeah, that's it. Sorry, continue your conversation.
Thanks.
Welcome.
Anyway, I was going to say is, yeah, it's one of the nice things where, the way we've got now, where the build is actually building dynamically for staff. Each night you can go get the latest copy and you can see what's new and try things out, and we can tweak things and you can have another shot at it. So, it'd be even better once the launch is done. The launch is coming on quite nicely now. And I think all the patching stuff's working, so the chunk patching's working. So that, oh shit. Sorry, I'm playing Fortnite at the same time.
Yo.
Fired.
Yeah, the chunking's working. So essentially, instead of downloading the entire game, you download just the patches. So, good.
Yeah, I was looking at the launcher earlier, and I was just like, man, this looks so good. Like, everything is so fluid. It's really nice.
It's a multi-platform compatible too.
I feel bad
Rich,
for
this is a
Stream.
question for you. I don't know if we can talk about this or not, but what do we know about the servers?
Sorry, I
Okay, well,
genuinely thought you were going to ask about PS4 just then.
I troll
We're talking about
90% of the time, so I understand that.
What was your...
Talk about service. I'm going to do a programming stream probably this week. If not, then it'll be next. And I'm going to do a lot on servers and things. But yeah, I can answer it now. I mean, this month.
Oh,
what
sorry.
I know financial issues were being discussed the other day, and one of the suggestions that brought up was finances being allocated towards the cost of running servers and things like that. And from what I understood, I could have understood incorrectly. I'm just an musician who's eating almonds. But from what I understood, it sounds like the whole server thing was taken care of.
We will have to pay for it. It's not free.
Okay, of course.
Yeah, but yeah, we have a solution and a system for handling servers. It currently works as well. It's really good. But we're not doing traditional servers like people think of, like either virtual machines or large boxes that run multiple games and try to get as many people onto a single server as you can think of. What we've done is taken the Unreal Engine and containerized it, so it's running as more of a microservices infrastructure. So essentially, it's a essentially one game is one server. Yeah. So 10 people connect to a single server, but that server is only as big as it needs to be and only exists as long as it has to. Which means it's cost effective because you're only paying for it when the game is in play. Yeah. You'll always essentially, yeah.
Sorry, Phil Sauce. Gert, is this music allowed to be used on stream, or did you finally say F it?
I finally said F it.
Captain, you're correct. Almonds are awesome. Great source
least-
of fat and vitamin E.
At least just for this stream, because, like, I love Electro, and I used to love Monster Cat as well, but, like, there's only so much of it I can take.
I've got a mixer on mine, so I can listen to different stuff and have different music on
Oh,
stream.
well, aren't you nice?
I'm gonna have to do like a 90-minute loop of stuff for you, Lee.
Fuck off,
You
man.
can
not gonna have 90 minutes of the same music, god damn it.
You can set a loop. I mean, it's not a difficult thing to program, a 15 to 20-minute loop, end on end, and then adjust parameters. So.
Yeah, so no, server infrastructure is really interesting, actually. Yeah, so we're going to go into a lot more detail. But yeah, so what we're doing now is, I think, what was the cost of it now? So we're at the moment now. Of course, everything's likely to change because the more we add to the game, the more memory we use, the more processing cycles we use, the more networking we use, that kind of stuff. We're actually looking at something like, what was it, 14 cents for an hour, something like that.
14 cents for an hour on one. Is that on one game though?
Yeah, one game.
Yeah, that's gonna go like. Could you imagine having like 1,000 of them?
Oh, was it 4? Actually, it might be less than that. It might be 0.004. Oh, I've got the figures. Let me pull them up.
Yeah, there's a big difference between 0.0014 cents.
I'm trying to remember, and I can't remember off the top of my head. It's not a lot.
It's just
Works
14
out right.
something.
You know, I'm not an activist, but I'm really thinking about becoming one and going and picketing ZBrush, saying, you know, chanting something to the effect of "Make an auto low poly."
They tried.
Button.
They actually tried. And
make ZBrush great again.
Yeah, make ZBrush great again. No, they did try making an auto retop tool, and it's not too bad. It's not too bad, but this is one of the things that at the moment, like, none of the automated solutions are really good enough.
Really?
Especially for non-humans.
Because Unreal's got one too, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of.
Let's see.
Well, I mean, this is how software. This is how software.
Is this how you
evolves.
software?
Yeah,
It just means
how
that
you
he's going to
software.
have a job a bit longer than Travis.
Exactly, yep. Yeah, it's how it evolves. I mean, people complained to Pro Tools for years and years and years and years until Pro Tools finally got on their stuff, and you know, Pro Tools is actually pretty decent with MIDI information now, where it used to be just absolute nightmare. But it's okay now. Guys are composing completely inside of Pro Tools now, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's 0.04 at the minute, I think, looking at this.
Is that dollars?
So it's 4 cents.
0.04 cent. No. Yes, 4 cents for an hour.
That's not bad.
But that includes startup cost. So when you work out, if we're going, because we're looking at, we've got a way of recycling servers, so we don't shut them down and recreate them unnecessarily either, because that costs too. So it works out less on the whole over the course of a day. We did a 24-hour one, just trying to find the figure. 24 hours. I can't remember what it was.
Blah blah blah. Buenas noches, Antoine.
Buenas
Buenas
noches.
noches, way.
Says, nice work, team.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad, hombre.
June.
No, I decided earlier. I got a bunch of Spanish tweets on my Twitter feed about the game and about like the artwork and stuff, and I kind of decided, because I don't really speak Spanish, that basically my default Spanish response to anyone is just going to be Feliz Navidad, hombre.
Merry Christmas.
Can we?
I think Oswald just died a little.
Dude, my heart.
But somebody who wants to say thank you very much and say gracias con queso.
Wait, is that thank you with cheese?
Yes.
Don't you mean gracias, gringo?
Don't do that one.
No,
That's
let's not be racist. Come on.
Let's not.
I can say that. I'm Hispanic
Let's not do that
and
one.
white.
Let's maybe put that one to an end. How likely are master concept submissions going to be considered or implemented into the game?
If they're good, we'll happily steal them from you.
I think it's more like at this moment right now we do look at them when we need to find new masters, but since we have the first 25 that we're working on right now, or at least the first 5 that we're working up to the release.
I think the first 20. I think you're right. I think the first 25 is actually selected already.
Okay, so we have the first
At least
25
roughly.
that we're working on. We're trying to get those ready for the full release before we start actively like going in, but that isn't to say that we aren't looking at them. We are still looking at them right now. So if we have something, if we see something cool in there, we may shelve one of the masters that we have seen that we are currently reserved and put them at a later date if something really cool comes along.
I think one of the things that has happened to a certain extent is, the masters don't even look like when they were first envisaged. A lot of their kits have been reworked and changed to make make them more balanced and work into the roles they need to be in. And yeah, we definitely get nice ideas that we wouldn't have thought of ourselves from from the public and from the idea sheets. So things tend to get a little bit hybrid as well. They're not always going to be exactly just like picked and taken off a sheet and then exist in the game. They're going to get changed and worked on and ideas thrown around and fit in with whatever lore that someone comes up with. And yeah, there's a lot more to it than just go and grab something off a spreadsheet.
Tourette just joined the fray. Thanks for following.
Thank you. This could be information that that we don't want to talk about on stream, but so we've got 20,
you say every sentence with that.
I do, because man, boof leaks. Let me tell you.
We don't want to talk about this, so I'm going to leak it anyway.
It happens. It happens to guys at a certain time in their life, man. Just start leaking everywhere.
It does. It does. Got to get up 5 times a night to take a piss.
No.
So the 25 heroes masters that we're starting with, do we have lore and kits for these guys? Because if we do, I need it.
As far as I'm aware, the lore is still being written.
And the kits aren't finalized.
Yeah, so the way we're kind of approaching it at the moment is like the kit is the priority, and the artwork the artwork is designed sort of around the kit. But the kit the mechanics guys need to be flexible enough that if like the artwork doesn't match a kit 100%, then like can a little bit of the kit change maybe. The lore is kind of written in tandem with that, and at the same time, the same rule basically applies. Is like if the lore that you've written doesn't match the artwork that's been made, then the lore needs to be adapted, because it's a lot easier to adapt lore to artwork than it is to adapt artwork to lore.
You keep saying lore, and I know you're saying lore, but it sounds like law, and every time you say it, I keep thinking Law of the Jungle for some reason.
Well,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can we have Gur's laughter as an emote or as an announcer? Just Gur laughing the entire time.
Well, I don't have very good recording equipment, so if that's going to happen, you're going to need to pay for me to fly out to visit Booth.
Wow, that's a huge.
Oh no, man! I'm headed out. I'm headed out there, and we're going to Air Lyndhurst.
Okay.
Gigantic orchestral recording room. You doing a voiceover in here?
Nah, I just want to go. I just want to go to Stephen Toast's recording room. Find Clip Fandango.
So I guess it's confirmed that Microsoft will acquire GitHub.
Yeah. They haven't put a bid in for Visionary Games yet, so
Everybody was just like,
We sell for 2 billion. We're not greedy. We're not going to go for the full 7 billion that GitHub's getting, but 2 billion will do.
All these corporations.
The thing is, it's not even 7 billion in cash. It's 7 billion in shares in Microsoft.
It's bollocks, isn't it? Really.
So it's not even real money.
I like that word, bollocks.
It's bollocks.
I got a question. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go.
She has a question.
I had a question. Is it going to be a card or deck system in the game?
Question.
I mean,
that's a mechanics.
That is a mechanics question.
Properly, am I? I've been told.
Well, I mean, like you're allowed to say yes or no. You don't have to give like a fully fleshed out answer of what we are actually doing.
It's gonna be dice mechanics. We're not.
Yeah.
Cards.
Everything in the game is random roll.
It's like D&D.
Six
Good luck.
things that you want, and then you got to roll for it. You got to roll for it.
Every
like
every time
all
you
basic start dice only have the number 1 on them, so you're pretty screwed from start. But when you buy better dice,
every time you fire your gun, this happens. Roll a
It's not
random
gonna be
number
awesome
between
because
0 and
you're
100.
You're gonna have guys that are streaming playing ADCs, and they're gonna end up rolling dice, and they're gonna go Yahtzee! It's gonna happen.
You can even have the sexy Yahtzee announcer if you would choose. Ooh,
No, even better.
Yahtzee.
You should have the sexy Yahtzee gif of Peter Griffin just like randomly humping air while naked.
If you call it GIF again, I'm actually going to come out there and punch you.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. GIF.
Thank
There
you.
you go.
Okay. You know, you should use that GIF of Peter Griffin just nakedly humping air while saying Yahtzee. I don't know why.
So, if this game is a huge success, will it become more of a priority than your regular jobs?
I mean, if the game becomes a huge success, yeah, sure, why not?
And starts paying, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I ain't got nothing better to do.
Well, yeah, we know that. I mean,
This is
what's
if
a
we have
Megan?
anybody in the lore team listening, this is exactly why I need info right now.
Yeah, it's like what's a Mega gonna do? Like, just stop streaming the other stuff and start streaming this all day, every day.
That's right.
Well, that's my plan when it's out anyway.
Same.
Imagine being a full-time jiggle physics rigger at VG.
All-time jiggle physics.
Oh.
Rigger. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh no, not that one.
Talking jiggle physics, we haven't got enough jiggle physics.
Oh,
Gotta
you
love
should
the
have
jiggle-
seen Travis's stream though.
He had some
What do
jiggle
you do
physics.
at- What do you do at Visionary Games? I make boobs and fat jiggle.
I'm a jelly.
That's
I'm a jelly
And people are
specialist.
gonna go, wait a minute. What the hell do you guys do there?
I'm an artist. That's all you need to know. I make art.
No, I make jiggle. That's all you need to know.
Artiste.
Artiste. I'm the artist formerly known as Jiggle.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
But now they call me Gigolo.
I mean, Travis is gonna hate me for all of the triangles and shit that's going on around this guy's claws.
I don't mind triangles as much as I mind n-gons.
But an
Engon, I will come over there and punch you in the face.
engon is just a triangle and a quad. Like, what's the problem?
No, an n-gon is anything with 5 sides or more.
Yeah, which breaks down into.
A pentagon.
Sir.
I thought you said tries
Look.
is the one you were
Oh,
worried about.
look! I'll make it right here.
Your endo.
I'm not worried about tries as much. I'm worried about pentagons. And
You need to worry about tries. Tries are more important than buys. I mean, tries are more functional. Buys don't need.
So look,
Wow.
here we have.
You're talking about topology. I'm sorry.
Here we have an object with an n-gon here, right? But this n-gon is made up of a quad and a triangle.
then turn that into a quad and a triangle with a proper edge.
Can I just say that's a pentagon, not an n-gon or whatever?
Can we just get a dodecahedron and call it a day?
No!
You know what? To hell with all you. Those are the houses I drew in kindergarten. That's what it is.
I don't like houses in my mesh.
Girl.
What up?
Tyler's coming for our stream. He said his stream was better.
Who
That
said
was
that?
a while ago. Wow!
I mean, like, he's not wrong, I suppose.
Yeah,
we're a
according
bit behind
to
on stream chat. Maybe we need to skip forward and catch up.
according to Gladier,
You guys
mine
keep
was better
talking,
because
so
it's
I'm
more than
behind.
mine.
Okay.
I've got to be honest. There's not much that could possibly be worse than streaming Retopo. So
He's gonna keep talking, but he can't talk because he's not picking him up.
We just went full Kanye.
Hey, son of Inserat, welcome to the stream. Buenos
Where'd he
noches,
go?
Zico. Um,
We lost him, and my dog just farted.
This thing on your stream told me to tell you to go to the following URL to install and activate the new version of this extension in order to unlock new features. That is something we don't know what that is, or why it's on the stream. So just ignore it.
wait, part of our stream told us to do what?
You know the little box that we don't know what it does. It just says like install, open, whatever. It's just it's not here right now. But there's like an extension that's installed on the stream that we don't know what it does.
Wow.
Demonic.
What?
So So Glade R says, with Aristotle's order of importance, plot, character, thought, diction, spectacle, song.
Diction.
Very wrong of you to put character art before plot. This game will not be true art if you keep doing these stupid decisions.
It's not our fault. Sorry, you're gonna have to get it.
Ouch.
I blame Omega.
Aristotle never worked in game dev too, so that's his issue.
Yeah.
Right, Aristotle can go
Very
play a game.
Aristotle
Learn
can
Spanish
go back
with
to
Lee.
writing. Aristotle can go back to writing stories on fucking clay.
Don't you have papyrus to go right on? Will there be some form of revised community spotlight, such as that of what American Paragon had? We actually have community corners. We release them every 4 weeks or so. You should go check out our YouTube. Six is SOTG.
That's not what he asked though.
No, yeah,
Yes.
but it's every 6 plus the other one too.
What?
That's not what he asked though.
I'm on the community spotlight question.
Yeah, I know. Community spotlight, as in giving a community member the spotlight of doing something really fucking cool in the game.
That's the community.
I
that's
think
the-
we should include that in the CC personally.
That's the community corner, right?
Do you know what I'm down to
Spend
do?
half our time making videos and not making the game.
Do you know what I'm down for? I'm down
It's
for
just a publicity stunt.
employing someone. I'm down for employing someone whose entire job it is to just review, basically just review games all day, like games that the players have played. Like they just have to review them and basically come up with a play of the day kind of thing. So like they, find like the best in their opinion, like play from a team or a player or whatever that just completely transformed a game in some way, and then like we can reward those players. I think that'd be sick.
Soul of my play. It's my play. Just it. I realized earlier that I could very well possibly live long enough to say Metallica's music is 100 years old. I don't like thinking about it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not listening to Metallica, but yeah.
Demonic, are you here? Unfortunately.
Wow.
I love you, Demonic.
Wow. But no, I totally feel you on that one. Yeah, I could live to be old enough for that as well. Fuck. Like, I mean, I've already lived long enough for like most of my favorite bands to be featured in classic rock.
This is
But because we
your
grew up in an era where you actually had to play an instrument to make music.
Omegalo. What's a gigolo? The owner of the jiggle.
It's the Deuce Bigelow.
He's the dude that makes the jiggle in the games.
Yeah.
Every time you see a rigger, walk up to him and say, "Hey, thanks, you gigolo."
I can beat a guy who's a rigger. That's the problem. I'm amazed we found as good of ones as we did. It was,
Yeah, me too,
that
man.
was really good.
A jiggle physicist.
Yeah, but no, seriously, those guys are hard to find. There are not many people who sit there in college and go, I'm going to become a rigger. It just doesn't happen. There isn't that many. Very
Yeah. The university that I was lecturing at, like maybe for games, like there'd be one, and this is in a group of like 200 students across the entire animation course. There'd be one that wanted to do it for games, and maybe like a small handful that would be willing to do it on film.
It's like
programs are interesting because in the same respect, what you end up with is everyone starting out wanting to do games and then they end up programming everything else but games, but having the experience of having done it to a certain degree anyway.
Yeah, I think like the what they were trying to do at the university was like, because they didn't really have like games programming courses, they just had programming courses. And what they were doing was like, oh yeah, we really want like the programmers to kind of like come and link up with the art students on the animation course and like work on making games together. The problem is like the problem was like most of the games art students were just like, yeah, we don't need that. We have blueprints. We can do everything that we need for ourselves.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you're not looking at releasing a game, you can hard code everything. You don't have to worry about back-end systems at all.
It's true.
So yeah, you can get away with blueprints.
Let's see. X Rubus has joined the fray. Thanks for following.
Yay.
See, I did it better because I had a moan before mine.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we get Travis to do the next one?
We did discuss your erotic stream. I gotta be honest, it's not something we're keen to emulate over here. We're professional.
Classy.
Yeah, we
classy.
like to keep a professional tone throughout the stream.
Who said it was a sexual moan? It was just a moan, guys.
One of the okay.
What?
Oswald sounded like he wanted to disagree, but
I mean, what other way is there to moan other than sexually?
In
I mean,
pain?
Fuck, moan's insane.
no, because even groaning in pain sounds like mildly erotic. I think the only way to moan like that's not sexy is like, oh, the dishes aren't done.
And like, as a voice actor, there are multiple ways to moan, but out of context, the majority of them sound sexual, especially if you sound like a girl. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, that's literally one of the hardest things, to make a girl voice not sound like a sexual moan if you have to do it. Especially if you're getting hit. Any sound you have to make if you're getting hit, if you sound like a girl, it's just like, wow.
I know.
So if that's the case now,
tennis
every
matches.
feminine- Oh yeah.
Oh god. No.
Tennis matches are pure porn.
Guys or girls.
Straight up. Straight up.
Must have volleyball being the most watched Olympic sport, isn't it?
Are you surprised? Have you seen Brazilian women?
Oh.
Have a top 10 once a month at the community members chat. Oh, let's see. I want to
Top
see
10
a...
moaners of the...
Stop! No, stop! Stop! He's talking about the community corner, the plays of the thing.
Oh, okay.
Cease this instant.
Wait, we're talking about top 10 moaning situations?
No!
We have community corner, and then the sound team is going to have the community moaner.
I'm not going to record for that.
Excuse me, you record what you're paid to record.
Yeah, having said that, right, we're also going to need voice lines for when characters get shot.
Yeah, no, that's fine. In context, those are fine. Like, people...
Yeah. But we'll have the sound files that are raw without context.
Yeah, I know. The programming team is going to be so uncomfortable.
Here's what we'll do for our female characters, since we don't want to, we don't want this to be overly sexual. Every time we have a female character get hit, we'll dub in with something like a sound from Bob's
Ow.
set, something like that.
Just make them all like vocalize. They're like, ow, ouch.
Stephen Wright enters.
Let's see. I want to see Omega in the
Enters
next
who?
community corner. Oh, you want to see me in the next community corner? Hey, Rich.
Yeah, whatever. It's all good.
All right, did it. Awesome. Next community corner. Wish
Man,
counted.
this is a song from my teens.
I don't know how I ended up doing the community corner really. It was just an idea of me and Kev had, and then sort of, yeah.
I'm actually on the community corner team.
Exactly.
So just like, okay.
Because you're the community moaner.
I will never.
But I will.
You can take that role. You can take that role, Tyler.
Take that role.
Yeah, Tyler, you can take that role. Who's Tyler?
Come on, Tyler. Come on, Tyler.
Not everybody knows I'm Tyler. I said that right.
You agreed with me, but okay.
It's No D is back.
Welcome back, Nody.
Nobody.
The guy that is on our
The
team.
moaning sparrow.
Yeah, the guy that's not on our team. And what about Hegel? And what about Hegel? He specifically states that his order of importance in play and game is order, tension, movement, change, solemnity, rhythm, rapture. In a real game, there's no space for character art. Fixed imagery breaks the free nature of the pure play.
I'm just waiting for Lee
So?
to fuck my dick.
Sorry?
I mean Huizinga, not Hegel. Sorry for my stupid mix-up.
So,
Those are all valid. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. We will review it in a later date.
want to know what your thoughts are
Look,
about
I'm just
playing
gonna put this out there right. Like, I'm gonna put this out there right now. A MOBA is a competitive arena team game. There is literally no fucking need for narrative in the game at all. Point blank, right? It's literally yeah. No. It didn't. It's a luxury. Having a narrative in a MOBA is a fucking luxury. It's not something that's needed from the get go. It's something that we're going to try and provide, but like, yeah, like it's just like saying fucking football needs a fucking story. It doesn't. It's a sport.
But football sucks, that's different.
Gur has an epic beard. Yes, he does. He has an almighty beard, says Nodi.
It's growing every day.
Oh, Gur, did your beard get thicker?
My beard is so nice.
Hey, just beware. His beard is more afraid of you than you are of him.
Oh my gosh.
I'll leave the stream now. There's no true art to be seen here. Good night. Good night, Glidir.
Good night.
There is art here.
No,
you
no,
just can't see it.
Retopping.
It is rich top, but yeah. Good night.
It's skillful. I wouldn't say it was artist.
Do you know what? Like, I had an argument with a friend once about whether golf is a sport or not. And hear me out on this one, because I'm on the side of the fence.
Which side of it were you on?
I'm on the side of it that says golf is not a sport. Golf is a pub game.
Yes.
Golf?
Yes, golf.
Pub game.
It's a pub game. It's a game. It's a skillful game. Very, very skillful game. Like, I'm not trying to diminish like the skill of the people playing it. It's a very skillful game that you would play at a pub if the pub was big enough.
I don't know. I'll have to take you out with me to one of these 7,000-meter courses and have you carry your own bag through the whole thing, and you can tell me whether or not it's a sport at the end of it or not.
That's why you get caddy.
Yeah. Come on, the pros don't even carry their own fucking shit, man.
You're right, they don't.
Oh my gosh.
You are correct, they do not.
And conversely, almost every other sport that's out there, the goal is to be like, is to score more than the other people, right? Is to get a higher score. In golf, the whole point is to do as little of it as possible.
That's right.
Which is exactly what pub games are.
That's awesome. It's like those little tiny, the little boards that have like the golf tees in it, the triangle. You know, you're supposed to hit, however many you're supposed to get off of the board. You know, you can do this many. Excellent. In as little of moves as possible.
Yep. But again, I don't want to diminish the skill that's involved in playing golf because it's an incredibly skillful game. I was about to say sport.
There you go. It's a crazy game just because it's one of the only games that'll never be played perfectly. Nobody's gonna ever go out and just hit 18 shots and then hole out everything.
That's very true.
Apart from Happy Gilmore.
You can't beat golf. You can only play it. Theoretically.
Apart from Happy Gilmore.
I'm a Happy Gilmore.
So what's the difference between a sport and a game?
One requires more legwork.
One of them has an E in front of it. The other one doesn't.
Let's see. It's inspiring to hear the team say they aim for Paragon's visuals.
Man, hang on. Right, so I need to preface this with this is what's written in the Times of India. A sport is a physical activity carried out under an agreed set of rules with a recreational purpose, i.e. for a competition or self-enjoyment or a combination of these. A game oh my god.
Going to the Olympics.
A game is a recreational activity involving one or more players defined by a goal that the players try to reach and some set of rules to play it. Come on, they sound like the exact same fucking definition.
Once again, sex coming to the Olympics.
Oh. Wow.
I'm down.
It's inspiring to hear the team say they aim for Paragon visuals Is the same true for animations?
Yeah.
We gotta find an
we're trying to
animation
do everything.
team.
The biggest thing with the animation team is it just takes time.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time for them to do their job. It takes a lot of time for us to get that into the game and actually work as well. So it's just something that we're not able to fully show in all its glory just yet. But yeah, we're aiming for that. It's just going to take time to get there.
Yep.
We have to ask that to Shadow and Flap something. Flapjack.
Do you want to know how I know that nobody actually watches the YouTube videos? By the way, nobody made a fuss. Nobody made a fuss about what I showed in the stream like 2 or 3 streams ago.
Oh, about the.
I showed basically I opened up the material my material project where I have like our material library, because I tend to build everything in there and then ship it over when it's done rather than build it like actually in our project. And I have you know, like I have Murdoch in there and you know, was doing comparisons and stuff.
Oh right, yes.
Nobody mentioned it on YouTube, which means nobody was watching the video.
I remember that part.
And if somebody does mention it, they're gonna be like, "What time? What time?" Unless it's Putt Putt. Putt Putt is a difficult game.
Wasn't that like a child game about a car? Putt Putt.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I want to play that on my stream.
Oh, I miss
Mm-hmm.
Paperboy and Skate or Die.
Oh, Paperboy was amazing. That game was viciously hard.
Yeah, Putt Putt.
Yes, it was.
One has physical.
My dad and I built a.
He was
like
a paper boy.
cabinet.
He said, "See you later, boy."
He didn't deliver the news.
I've gone giggle mode.
Regarding the previous statements about the order in which we were supposed to do things artistically, I'm assuming that was all.
Yeah, that was very much facetious.
Oh, okay. I'm sitting there going, that has to be facetious.
Yeah.
Has to be.
I'm gonna go play golf with friends. It's
Like
awesome.
the thing is, if you're gonna go into that kind of level of like, oh, you know, things have to be done in this order, and like you have to go into that much detail about narrative and everything. Like, where's our Actantial model? Where's the hero's journey, man?
I'm gonna go play golf with friends. It's an awesome. I would, but I don't have friends to play golf with friends with. Plans.
Yeah, you
I don't
do.
have-
Come over to my place. I'll take you tomorrow.
No, it's a PC game. Hey, May.
Hola, June.
I thought I was Dana then.
Ola June.
Feel bad.
Cause AG wants to reach his graphic detail. It said the team didn't use epic assets, but did the team use it as a guide for some things?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Oh, yeah,
what. That's exactly what I was. That's exactly what I was talking about. Like with the having Murdoch in the material scene. I'll do it again in a minute. Just let me click that. Yeah, I'll show you in a minute what I was talking about in the other stream, so that you'll understand what we mean by like using them as a guideline and stuff like that.
Yeah, we're happy to learn from them. We just, you know.
It's really simple. I mean, in all reality, it's just a benchmark. We're taking a look here. I mean, artistically, are we hitting the same level of design that the artists for Epic were able to achieve, which was pretty fantastic.
Yeah, it's a really fucking high benchmark.
It is. But, you know, we were looking at a lot of the how we get the animations working in the game. God damn, I hate when people jump out of you in games, sorry. So yeah, we're looking at the way you get animations working so they sort of blend together really nicely. Yeah, and they're a perfect resource to try and do that kind of research, so.
Omega, you can play with me, but if you want to be my friend, there's a small application fee. I'm sorry, you're too priceless for me to pay.
What?
Right, anyway, I've got to shoot, guys. So
Catch you later, Rich.
See ya!
See you, Rich.
Yeah, Marco, me and Demonic. Oh, Demonic.
What?
You may wanna fix that. That's not confirmed.
What? You're friends with me. I'm not friends with you.
No.
Your mom's friends with me.
I know. I'm friends with Omega because I'm friends with Omega on more than one list.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how you know.
Gur tolerates me enough to hang out with me sometimes.
It's not official to it's Facebook official.
Facebook can eat a dick.
Omega, we will go play genital jousting. Look, Fail Sauce, that's a Patreon goal.
Genital jousting.
Oh, genital jousting is fantastic. Everything about that game is just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it's on Steam, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
You can't stream it though.
Oh, watch me.
Wow, genital jousting just really is a thing.
Yeah.
Why would I lie about something like that, man?
This is epically awesome.
Yeah, spoof.
Like my wife and I got a new game to play.
I'm sure you've already played that, but
Cease.
Yeah, jousting with his wife.
yep.
Child number 6 incoming.
Did you count?
Yeah, we have 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, June's boyfriend. Your commentary is always so enlightening and helpful.
If he's wondering how 5 children come into the world, I mean, I can talk to him about that.
I don't.
May, have you not explained how that works? Like, I mean, I assume you're at that, like, I mean, like, you live together, right? So...
She's trying to keep him innocent.
Oh, okay. Oh, man, rigging this thumb is gonna be fucking horrible.
Have fun, Tyler.
Don't even care.
Don't even care.
Like, by the time I'm finished with this guy, I'm just gonna be, like, so done with it. Just like, yeah, bye. Right, okay, Unreal is open. Oh, look, there's Severog as well.
Heavy is heavy.
Okay, so... Here is my material creation, place, thing, little project.
Severog confirmed.
Severog not confirmed, fuck off.
Unconfirmed. Disproven.
So, so for example, one of the things they have in Paragon is, like moss. Oh, alright, fucking hell. You wanna stop interrupting? Like, let me teach people? Shut up, man. Just shut up.
You'll be muted.
I'm gonna fucking mute you. Rude.
Try me, mate. Try me. Yeah, that's what I thought.
You wouldn't know if he muted you.
So, one of the things they did in Paragon was have like moss that appears on top of things. So I wanted to kind of like go, oh, I'm pretty sure I can do that. Let's make sure that I can do that. So I got this funky rock, which I can rotate around, and like the moss will only ever appear like on the top of things, which is neat.
Doesn't moss like always point north? Oh.
Nope, that's a myth. So yeah, like no matter which way I rotate it, the moss always goes on top, which is neat. I have like these little shadables. Shadables are important. Everyone loves shadables. And these shadables are for...
They like edibles more.
They're like edibles, yeah. Edibles. So these shadables are for previewing materials before I put them onto things. And then obviously there's Magnus. And basically the whole point of using Paragon as, or the whole point of having the Paragon assets in this scene, is to use them as a benchmark for me to go like, do our materials hold up visually with the old Paragon ones? Are our characters of like comparable quality with them? You know, that kind of thing. So that's literally the only reason that they're in there. So you know, I can zoom right in on Magnus, and we can see like you know, really cool leathery details on the pants. There's like really cool cotton details on the cloth. If at glancing angles, you get like this kind of Fresnel effect on the cloth. The metal looks nice. There's this kind of like rainbow effect that happens. Like you can see it along here if I move the camera slowly, and that's down to iridescence because there's like grease on the metal and stuff. You know, skin looks pretty good. The hair is like, the hair could do with some improvements. I think I need to work on the hair a little bit more. But overall, it's pretty much there. And you know, it was something as well to kind of show the rest of the team. You know, like we set ourselves the benchmark of going, we want it to look as good as Paragon. And the only way that we can really do that is to put our assets next to a Paragon asset and kind of go, is it holding up? Are there things that we can improve on? What do we need to change? That kind of stuff. So, yeah.
I like it.
Me too, man.
I'll take 2.
Should probably unmute demonic.
Do I have to?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what it is about me. People just like when I say I'm going to do this thing, people go like, "No, you won't." It's like,
I thought you were on about server mute me, and I knew that you couldn't actually like server mute me, but I forgot you could actually mute me for yourself.
I think,
Locally, which is the important one.
Almighty, did you catch the talk?
I can
about the
server mute you. I have the option to server mute you, and I've just done it. I can server mute you, dude.
Oh wait, yeah, I can do that as well.
Sorry,
But he couldn't unmute
Boof was asking a
Well,
question.
muted Lee anyway, so that's all good.
Well, you're muted, so we can't hear you.
Doesn't bother me.
Can you mute him, demonic?
Like everyone in the stream can hear me, so it doesn't matter if you guys can't.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, Boof was asking a question before I so rudely interrupted.
Yeah.
Está bien. Did you catch the talk about the master based on SGT Sentinel?
No.
Wait, SGT, you mean Sergeant?
Sure, Sergeant Sentinel.
No.
Silly.
Our
Talk about
Sentinel?
the Master based on Sergeant
Our
Sentinel.
Sentinel, yes.
No.
I don't know what they're talking about either. I'm kind of curious as well.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
Oh, Wukong? Oh, no.
Oh, we were talking about Wukong earlier. Someone asked like what I would use as inspiration if I was going to make like a Wukong.
that was me.
It was Booth. That's right. Yeah. And I said Sean Astin Scott from Bulletproof Monk, just a fucking weird guy that learned kung fu by watching movies.
There you go. No, dead serious. I mean, it would be. I think it would be awesome to have some stave-based badass hero that has, you know, that wears a T-shirt that says "Monk McKing." Yeah, that's what I think would be awesome. Not monkey, monk me. That's what you want on there.
Yeah.
We could have a little Monkey King hanging up like on some of the mushrooms up there or something like that, eating a banana or something. I don't know. That could be our nod to Wukong.
Countess would be a really good benchmark for hair.
Only if you like 80s style bobs.
Seraph had good hair.
But yeah, there's plenty of amazing like long hair in Paragon. It's something that you don't really see in games. Is like really good long hair on like photoreal characters.
I love the hair works that they had included for Witcher 3. There was some really cool stuff in there.
Yep. Hairworks is well, first of all, Hairworks is for NVIDIA cards only, which sucks. And then there's Tress Effects, which is the AMD technology, but they were like, yeah, anyone, like any graphics card can run this, which is awesome, but it's not like a great out of the box solution. You have to, like, basically there's a whole bunch of internal programming that you have to do to make it work.
Right.
That we just don't have like the R&D to do.
I'm mixed on the hoodie, lol. Can I have a skin with it down, please?
We'll see.
I gave the idea as a joke, but the Sentinel wanted to see what my idea of a master based on his qualities would be like. Okay. So what are you doing, girl?
Retop. Kill me.
Did you remember to save?
This lovely piece of software saves for me, like, every 5 minutes.
Oh man.
Because he set it up like that.
No, Max does it by default.
Damn.
I'm no Maya pleb.
Hey now.
You're an all-star.
Get your game on.
Go play.
With yourself.
Wait,
No.
what? No, you ruined the song for me. No!
Come on, everybody has heard the secret song at the end of the Green Day Dookie album.
Yeah.
Was all by myself. No one was looking. I was thinking of you.
Dookie is by far Green Day's best album. And literally everything that came after it was garbage.
Does Gur think he's sacrificing himself doing this? Well,
Do I feel like I'm sacrificing myself doing this? I feel like part of me is dying on the inside.
Feels like he's gonna bite his lip and close his eyes. He's just taken away to paradise.
Think of England. Lay back and think of England.
Paradise City where the grass is green and the girls are pretty.
Oh man, so over here we had a TV show, probably one of the greatest TV shows of all time, and it was called Nevermind the Buzzcocks. And
even I watched that.
yeah, Nevermind the Buzzcocks, absolutely fucking fantastic TV show. For those that didn't get the opportunity to watch it, it was basically a comedy panel show hosted by a guy called Mark Lamar, and it usually had Bill Bailey and Phil Jupitus as the team captains, and the teams would be made up of like just musical figures, so people that were like in bands or pop groups or whatever. The pop groups ones were usually hilarious, but they even had people like Dave Mustaine on there. Slash was on there once, and Slash so the final round is always like a quick fire what's the next lyrics thing. So like he'd read lyrics off a card, and then you would have to read, and then you'd have to recite the remaining lyrics for that part of the song, and you get a point. And he goes, "Take me down to the Paradise City," and Slash goes, "Where the girls are fat and they got big titties." and the thing is, like, Mark Lamar's like, no, that's not how it goes. And he goes, "Well, actually, when we were recording the song, that's what we originally wrote."
Jeez.
Guns N' Roses,
Got a little
man.
bit more uncomfortable.
See, I like watching reruns of The Young Ones.
Oh man, the young ones.
Blood.
The Young Ones was fantastic.
Yeah.
The young blood. The blood.
No, the Young Ones.
Young Ones.
Children.
almighty Gur, no faffing around.
I'm not faffing. I'm working.
don't know what faffing. You got really British at the humor with this one. He's got really
Another
British.
fancy British word.
Like, I'm not
Faffing ain't that
faffing.
fancy. Like the same sipping.
Like, I'm not faffing, I'm working.
Damn that British accent stereotype.
It's so terrible. He's got like hella British when he's saying.
Butchering the British.
I always butcher the British. We've established that I'm only TV British. I'm British enough to get by in America.
You're British enough that you even drop your T's.
British.
British.
No, it's Americans that drop T.
Hey, I drop the T.
How dare you spill tea? Isn't that, like,
I
against British culture?
mean in the harbour.
You're in the harbour.
Oh my god.
You don't get the it flew over your head.
You don't just.
It's over your head. It's over your head. Have you guys heard the song Weenie Whacker? I don't know who sung it. I have not.
No.
Whenever I'm near to the theater.
Near to the theater?
Did you ever hear Rick Mayall do that one? I think he did that on the Comic Strip Presents.
I love Rick Mayall. Glorious
He
bastard of a
was,
man.
yes, yeah.
One of the worst day of my parents' lives was when I watched, what was it? What was it? Drop Dead Fred.
Tasty, fresh.
So are you telling me you went around yelling playtime all over the place? Playtime! I got some dog poo!
Got some dog poo! Dog poo right here! Dog poo, yucky smelly dog poo! Dog poo on the stairs!
All upside, all down here, yucky smelly dog poo!
This got interesting very quickly.
Oh my gosh, it was excellent. Oh my god. Is it? It is!
The Mega Beast!
Bitch!
The Mega.
Yep.
Have you guys
Have you been doing it? Doing it like the pigeons?
No!
He's like, he just goes out into the gardens. Which one of you taught Snotface how to do it?
He's out in the garden with a shovel. Whoever taught Lizzie how to do it, it's gotta get flat right now! And then when he gets up and runs, he kicks her, and I mean, he kicks the shit out of her too! Alright, that's it. I hate you. Wham! You guys gotta go see Drop Dead Fred, it's the best.
I'm gonna watch that film with Tyria like next weekend.
Whenever you ask a question that starts with Omega, have you seen? Just assume the answer's no.
Yep.
Pirates!
Bloody pirates!
Did you ever hear Rick Mayall's joke? What is a man with a 2-foot cock cat for breakfast? What? Well, this morning I had a boiled egg.
And then it's got empty.
Oh man, tragic. He passed away so young.
He died of a stroke, right?
I believe it was something to do with he had some kind of cardiac event he was getting into, or I don't know if he had always been into, but like cycling and running and things like that.
Right. Yeah.
And I think he had an issue. I think he had an issue after that. So I could be wrong about that.
Because I know, I remember like shortly after he died, the guy that played his friend in Bottom and Vivian in The Young Ones. Can never remember his name, but he went through a bit of a I'm gonna like do something with my life phase as well, and he got into cooking, and so like he went on all like Hell's Kitchen and those kind of things, and he was really good, like really good.
Are you talking about his buddy Ade Edmondson?
Ade Edmondson, that's the one. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I mean those guys, they freaking did everything together.
Yep.
Great shows. You guys should literally look up The Young Ones Bottom. It's good stuff. Very good stuff.
Bottom's one of those shows as well that's like a cornerstone British comedy. It's like it affected British comedy in the same way as like Monty Python did, you know, like
Right. Did anybody? You're probably gonna laugh at me for this one. Did anybody ever watch the show over there called Some Mothers Do Have 'Em?
no.
It's an old comedy from the '70s that Michael Crawford was in, and that there's some pretty good physical comedy stuff in that. And yes, the same Michael Crawford that sang Phantom of the Opera. That is the guy, believe it or not.
That's the guy.
That's the man. Another Robin Williams reference. People were asking him inside the actor studio. They're like, you know, how do you find inspiration to do these things? He says, well, you start to dip into the things that if you did public, you'd end up with somebody, you know, pointing at you, going, "That's the man." that's pretty excellent.
That's Robin Williams all over.
I highly recommend anybody going and watching the Robin Williams, the whole inside the actor studio that he did. From what I understand, the woman that is just cackling ceaselessly throughout the whole entire thing actually had to be hospitalized for a hernia after the show.
Nice.
Now that's a good laugh.
It's Robin Williams, man.
Robin Williams is great. I miss him. He was one of my favorites growing up.
Very awesome at what he did.
Still is.
Jumanji.
What year is it? Did you have you seen the new Jumanji film?
Not yet.
Yeah. It's actually pretty good.
So yeah, first of all, I was very surprised by how not shit it was. And then on top of that, there is a very touching memorial to Robin Williams in there.
Yeah.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was.
It was really tastefully done. Like really nice.
That's cool.
What was the character's name? Alan Peter Schmidt was here.
That's cool.
And I'm surprised that Jonas Brother actually did decent acting.
They used to be actors. They used to be Disney Channel actors.
Well, no. Disney. There's a difference between being an actor and a Disney Channel actor.
Disney, you just have to recite your lines.
There's a difference between being a Disney actor and a Disney Channel actor.
Well, you know, paycheck's a paycheck.
Tell me about it.
Hey, that's a good resume piece. Saying he worked on Disney Channel.
I know.
I'm scared. What is this?
What is what?
So on Twitter, I like looking at like Japanese restaurants like tweets because they have like promotions that we don't have here. And there's a tweet about this new McFlurry in Japan, and it's based off of this character they have called Gudetama, and it's basically like this really lazy egg yolk.
Okay.
I don't know how to.
My question is, does Japan's McDonald's have working ice cream machines?
Yes.
There's an app for that, by the way.
What, really?
Yeah, there's an app that'll tell you if the ice cream machine at your local McDonald's is down or not. Isn't that awesome?
Oh man.
I dropped it in the thing for you, and I just don't know how to deal with this because it's like I'm not sure if they put egg in the McFlurry, and so I'm about to translate it now.
Like I'm. Someone told me like if I ever go to China or Korea or anywhere like that, I need to try a century egg, and I'm like, no.
Oh, it's like an egg.
If I'm even remotely in the area, I'm taking a plane ride because I'm going to eat at Hiro Sushi in Japan. That's just happening. It has to happen.
It's like
is that where Jiro works? Yeah.
Yep.
Well, yeah, but there's a fucking waiting list for that, isn't there? There's like 6-month waiting list.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called I'm 5 times the size of anyone that's walking around in that country, and I will eat them to get into the rest.
I will.
You can't do that there.
You can devour people in Japan.
It's called We already dropped 2 bombs. You want another one?
Stop! That is not okay.
Yes.
No!
Gosh.
Stop! Oh my gosh.
I do actually feel bad now. But no, that's if I ever got the opportunity, I would love to eat at that place, because
That is
like
a bucket list.
I watched the documentary and I was just like, oh, I bet that's amazing.
That is a bucket list for me. I would so love. Oh my gosh, would love to eat there.
I also want to go visit the Square Enix store so I can walk all over Sephiroth. I know that's a
Is
weird
he
one.
on the floor?
He's in the floor. He's trapped in a Mako chamber that's built into the floor.
Seriously?
Yeah. Let me find a picture.
There's going to be a picture soon of Almighty teabagging Sephiroth.
Whatever floats his boat.
Keep up the great work, Almighty.
Thank you. Here we go. So this is some nerd in the Square Enix store, kneeling over Sephiroth trapped in Mako.
Did we link it in chat?
No, I put it up on my screen. It'll be on the stream in a sec.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
Should've been
like
teabagging him.
I would fucking nerd out so hard over that, because Sephiroth is by far my favorite video games character.
Final Fantasy VII. What else can you say? Just amazing.
Like, everything about that game is great. The fucking music, the story, like it's all good. I can't think
You
of
like
anything
those?
bad about it.
You like those add 9 chords? You know, in the beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
C major add 9. Yep, awesome.
I have a photograph somewhere of, like, a friend of mine took me for my birthday accidentally, because he'd bought a ticket for himself and his girlfriend, and then he was like, she couldn't make it, and he forgot that he'd even bought the tickets, and then he was like, oh wait, it's Lee's birthday, I'll take him, because I'm sure that he'll go at like the drop of a hat, like no notice at all kind of thing, to see the Final Symphony 2 in London.
Yep.
And we went to see it, and Nobuo was there, like in the audience.
No kidding.
And like they gave him some awards at the end. The symphony had won some Guinness World Record awards, and Final Fantasy VII's soundtrack had won some awards as well, as being like the most played in orchestras, like, and that kind of stuff. And it was just like this tiny Japanese guy going up on stage, massive grin on his face, super happy, just smiling, waving at everyone, and I was just like, oh my god!
Now tell me, once you were finally out of the city, were you also one of the ones stupid enough to try to fight the Midgard's loom right when you got out there?
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh heck yeah! You cast Demi, then you know you're down to a quarter of your health, and you go, "What just happened?" And then you just die all of a sudden.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So, is it official? Are they actually remaking that?
Yep. Yep.
My life's gonna be consumed.
Well, so here's the other thing as well: is the producers that are on the project were really unhappy that the game got announced, or that the remake got announced as early as it was. And certainly that the gameplay footage that they'd shown was announced or shown as early as it was, because they're like, almost all of this is going to change, and like, so like when they first said like it's going to be episodic content, like the negative backlash from that was absolutely huge. So now they're just going to do the whole remake in one go rather than do it in episodes.
Good.
But along with that comes like a whole bunch of other changes, and you know, like that need to be made. But yeah, like the producers are just like, thanks Sony.
Oh no, Dwight Clark died.
Huh?
Famous football player for the 49ers.
What's football?
Really?
American
Dwight Clark
football.
died? Oh man, no, he's. Oh, Dwight Clark. Oh, he's the guy who received the catch.
Yes, he
Oh!
was apparently.
He was the guy who was part of the catch. Oh, that sucks.
Good, the work is really ace.
Thanks. I'm trying my hardest not to just go hang myself right now.
Stop! No!
Have fun, Lee.
Jeez, I didn't know that he had ALS, man. Wow.
Wasn't there a whole like ice bucket challenge about that?
Yeah.
Oh man, I love listening to old music. I say old, this music isn't old to me, but you know. My kids think it's old.
Probably is, son.
I feel like Treebeard when I talk to my kids sometimes, like I don't understand what you're talking about, but then you are very small.
You're gonna have to start opening your sentence with the "Buraru."
Yeah.
It should be with little hobbits.
I mean, I definitely do that with Tyria. Like I've told her before, I was like, I have no idea what you're saying, but then you are very small.
That's golden.
No, Golden Luke's not here.
After your family's had a lovely dinner, you walk into the kitchen and see all the food got spoiled. All of this food was my friend. I made it myself. And then you look over at your missus, who you asked to put the food away and she didn't. My wife should know better.
And then just give the end scream.
And then my wife comes over and punches me in the balls.
Ooh, that's
Has
gotta
anybody
be really quick.
Has anybody seen Bat Dad?
No.
Yes.
You should look up Bat
Yes.
Dad. It's pretty funny. Like it's
I
actually
love Bat
really
Dad.
funny.
He's hilarious.
It's really good.
Later in the bed.
I love how his wife clowns him because his wife clowns the crap out of him.
Freaking Katie got me with that yep shit.
Yes, Bat Dad.
He's right here.
Also look up May's boyfriend.
Katie's always here with this yap stuff.
Yep.
He needs a Twitch stream, and his handle needs to be
He's
just
got
called
a Twitch
May's
stream.
boyfriend. That's it.
He does have a Twitch stream, but he can't change his name. Yeah,
He can
What?
change his name.
he can.
I think you have to wait like 2 months.
No, he can do it now. May, tell him to change his name to May's boyfriend.
It is May's boyfriend. That's it.
He's last time to change his name on it.
I think that's why his
Hey.
view count was so
I'll
low.
sub right now.
People in the stream are telling you to change your Twitch handle to May's boyfriend.
Fucking
Good man,
yeah.
good man. He's gonna do it.
Wait, is he streaming right now?
Yeah.
He is.
He's playing Fortnite.
Wait, how do I raid a stream?
You need a special thing for it. You need a chat bot.
Don't you need to just type in /raid and then the channel name?
Oh, I don't know because I've never done it. I haven't
Let's try it. What's his channel name?
If you do that
still
now,
like it's gonna take everybody. It's gonna take everybody from here to there.
Yeah,
It's
You
gonna
have to
take.
click raid though.
Right, I'll do it when we've got like 15 minutes left.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a blue AR for you. I got 2 blue ARs.
So, Lee, what kind of
May's boyfriend's gonna get affiliate tonight.
Does he not already have it?
No. He has 15
how many?
right now.
I don't think he's gonna get affiliate, even if all the people here follow him. No, he will.
Oh, he'll just make it.
Just make it like exactly 50. But that's only if everybody here follows him.
Yeah.
But I think no, because everybody, some people here have already followed him. So
Oh, have they?
yeah, I have.
you followed
Because we're watching.
I don't.
We're watching Chris.
I don't think I followed him, but you know.
Yeah, we're
You
part of.
follow like 3 people, Lee.
I know.
We're part of the 35. So 34 if you subtract me and Yume.
Oh, yeah,
33.
sure.
if you-
The thing is,
so-
like Twitch
Wow,
is like
Omega, he-
Twitch is like if you follow people, you'll get more followers, and I'm like, that's not how that works.
That's not how
you
any
need
of
to
this
inter-
works.
It's
You
not
need to
Instagram,
interact.
It's not follow for
That's not how
follow.
this works. That's not how any of this works.
Some people are asking me for like came to my channel. They're like, "Hey, follow for follow," and I'm like, "I'm sorry, dude. You're not. I'm probably never gonna see you ever again."
I did get a really polite message from a fellow game dev the other day, going like, "Hey, I just thought I'd ask you before I do this, like, because it's I don't know the like protocol behind this, but like, do you mind if I host your stream on my channel?" I was like, "Yeah, no problem. I'll host you back. It's cool."
Oh, excellent.
Oh, that's really
Which one?
polite.
Which one?
Which one? What?
Broad
Which
strokes.
dev? Broad strokes.
Broad
Who's that?
strokes.
Who's that?
Broad stroke.
I love
What is
me
he-
some broad strokes.
Osville. Patreon conversation.
Extra thick strokes.
What he's saying is that likes when a brawl gives him some strokes.
Actually,
That's
do you know
he's
what?
saying.
Do you know what? I am for everyone that's out there. I am done with retop for the night. It's doing my head in. So let's go raid May's boyfriend. Right, May.
Before
May,
we go,
what's your boyfriend's stream name?
I put it in the chat.
LINX0X22.
Just copy and paste what I put.
X22. Right, you ready, everyone? Let's go fuck him up.
Let's go.
Okay, how do we do it?
I don't know.
I have
I
two
think I'm doing it.
monitors too.
Oh yeah, I did
There it
it. Yeah, yeah, we're doing
Press the
it.
leave button.
Hold up.
Firmly grasp it. There you go. Sorry. Also, the ice cream is hot. Is pancake
Do I,
flavored.
do I click leave?
Yes.
Wait, what?
Oh, okay.
I'm confused.
Wait, no, I'm joining.
Mine
You're
says
already in
join now. Do I
I don't
want
hear-
join or leave?
Join. Click join.
Alright.
I think it's about to send us right now.
Yeah, it's about to start.
Yeah, we got 25, 26 people going over with us. Yeah.
What's good? Hey, May's boyfriend.
Ah.
Not low, but it looks like there's some heavy home beef.
Hey, you got raided. Almighty raided you. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
I pulled his headset off by accident. I pulled his headset off by accident.
Oh,
Toxic.
this is more viewers than I've ever had on my stream, bro. He's got 34.
The most I ever had was like 400, and that was when the Paragon box thing was going.
Box?
When they had the Twitch bot, which gave out loot boxes randomly.
Ooh. 400.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Sheesh.
I got hosted by Mikey, so that was a big one, part of it.
What's wrong with me, Josh?
The guy that said you're more funnier in his stream than your own stream rated you.
Look at your viewer count, dude, bro.
Look at your viewer count, dude, bro. Omega said.
Oh, 40.
Gosh. You better do good. You're-
Expectation bar has been raised.
I am reading it out for you, okay.
Follow my brother. Really do appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he said,
appreciate us,
he
mate
said you're
boyfriend.
playing Fortnite, unsub.
All right, guys. Here's 40 viewers. Let's see if we can't get him affiliate status. He needs 50.
Going on for my
What, he's popping crystal meth now.
We're like popping watermelons.
No, she's popping meth, hence you can jump really high.
It's definitely meth.
That's how it works in Fortnite, you know?
And somehow he's the Rocketeer at the same time.
Man, he keeps having to buffer though.
Yeah.
I'm not buffer.
Not on mine.
It doesn't
I
buffer
think that's
for
a
me.
you problem,
Oh.
Trap.
Because you were in the room.
It might be a
Oh, wait,
problem.
you can't